Yeah, that's how I feel. You just got that nice little. You
Kind of
got.
like the original one, but something's a little different about that one, Steve.
You know what it is when they probably don't know this, but we when these little intros that we do, we actually create them through an app, and I tend to do this. I look for a song that's got about two, maybe three, maybe four transitions, and what I'll do is I'll take little snippets of that song and create an intro out of it, and it looks like it's a different song, which it
Wait a
really
minute.
is.
Can you please replay that video clip you just played?
The one I Yeah, here.
Yeah. Now, would you be so kind, if it's possible? I don't know if it's available to you, but the one that we always hear a lot of times, is that anywhere near you?
It's in fact, it's the next one down in my list.
There's a difference, everybody. Give a listen and you'll notice.
Whoop. I tell you what, I clicked on the wrong one. It's right here. Not the one that I slightly clicked on by mistake, but the first one that you heard and that one is the same song. It's just a different snippet because I look for transition.
There is
And
a transition on that one, that's for sure. That second one,
yeah,
like the one you played this morning for the opening. Wow. I'm like, wait a minute. It sounds kind of like the one I'm used to, and
it
then but
is.
not
Yeah,
quite like the one I'm used to.
it is. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong, when it comes to, listening to a just a regular song, I mean, I like both. I like a song that's got transitions in it, but I
I
also
like
like.
both. They're really good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But I also like one that stays steady all the way through too. I like that
Yeah.
as well.
Hi,
So
Steve. Hi, everybody.
yes. Hey everybody. Back to normal programming. Hi everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Alongside Jan is with me today. Hello, Jan.
Hey, Steve. Hey, everybody.
Yeah. So from what I understand, you've got a few pretty good tips that you want to share.
To me, the world can never have enough money keeping or frugal living choice tips. They're just so helpful, and they're kind of common sense. So let's go over this. I have my little teacher's glasses on. Last night I was listening to a very well respected man in the financial arena. His name is Larry Kudlow, Kudlow. This gentleman knows his money stuff, and
Hmm.
he insists that in order for inflation to really continue, to decrease down, we have to stop this excessive government spending. I'm just saying that without getting into it. But let's take that idea. If overspending is a problem and continues with certain inflations, yes, there are some arenas where there could be improvements, but there are some arenas that show some improvement. We'll get into that in a little while. But in our own lives, we need to take that seriously with our own financial. Steve, I'm definitely of the ethic that no matter what goes on around me, if I keep using my frugal tip, let's say I think of it as a toolbox, Steve. My tips are inside of a toolbox. But if I'm always in the habit of using them, no matter what crazy economy is going on around myself, speaking for myself, it's
Hmm.
helpful. It's just like another variation of when to take that tool out of the, economy tip box whenever I need it to help me to go along. So, yeah, it is true, and it does make a lot of sense that with certain overspending, for ridiculousness, in my opinion, elsewhere outside, I'm just saying, then it stands to reason that we could apply the same rule in our own lives when it comes to saving and spending.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Steve?
Well, one of the places that people tend to overspend, they probably don't realize it, but you do, and you can when you go grocery shopping because one, I'm very big on two things. and I do this myself whenever I go out to shop. I always work around the weekly ad. Now, I also have the app for the store that I'm going to. A lot of the time, you can look through and they've got their own set of coupons that you can just clip. What you do is you just tap on the scissors and it goes into your little portfolio. And when you buy it and when you check out at the end and you hit finish and pay, all of those deductions will come off. So that is a good way to definitely consider. If you see something on sale and you got a coupon, go after it. But be careful too at the same time because a sale, not always, but sometimes can be a no-no because a sale can cause you, yeah, you're going to save, but it can also cause you to spend more. So you got to watch. But you have to know when to say, you have to know where to draw the line. This is what I'm going to spend. This is where I'm going. I'm not going to spend no more than,
A forethought.
right.
And I think you mentioned to me something about some great prices you noticed on meats or turkey or.
Yeah. Yesterday I was out and about. I was at one of my Winn Dixies. I was trying to kill some time. Me and a friend we were gonna go out for lunch yesterday, and I'm walking around in the meat section, and I was amazed at some of the prices that I saw. I'm slapping myself silly that I didn't do it. Uh, but they had ground turkey, 85.15 for $2.14.
Wow, that's a gift.
Yeah, and I'm kicking myself right now that I didn't do it because if I went back, it probably wouldn't be there now. They only had three. I should have grabbed.
Right. Right.
But I was also seeing ground beef. I saw 85.15 ground beef reduced quick sale for like $6, which is a steal.
Right, absolutely. And is it just for 1 pound or for a 2 pound
A
pack?
pound, a pound. And I was seeing a good price on like ribeyes and New York
Nice.
strips, which is
Oh,
another
very
good
nice.
steak.
Yeah.
Um, pork chops. Um, they had chicken drumsticks for 99 cents a pound. Do you believe that?
That, yeah, I do believe that because they are a great price, and if you like chicken drumsticks, that is the way to go. And you know what, Steve? They're like their own portable little handle on it, and if you're grilling and stuff like that, so kind of convenient, like a hand
Mhm.
food, if you will, like that, which is that's great,
I
Steve.
think what it is with all these sales coming up, it has to do with the 4th of July. It's the only thing I can think of.
That's right. You bring up
Because,
a good point, Steve. You know
yeah,
what else you could get right now? Good condiments, like your
yeah,
mayo,
yep.
the mustard.
There
Yes,
are. I did see
ketchup.
some good deals on BOGOs on that. Well, the chicken, most people like hamburger, hot dog, barbecue chicken, but in my case, I've got a good recipe. In fact, I may even have it in one of my videos that I did. It's called chicken adobo. All you're doing is you fry up an onion, your garlic, mushrooms if you like it. You do that in a skillet with a little olive oil, and then you're boiling chicken off to the side. Then you just when the chicken's done, you just put it in with the mixture, add your soy sauce until it turns like a light medium brown. You roll it in, and you're done. If you don't
I
want to,
love easy. Easy works for
yeah.
me.
If you
And it
don't want to
sounds
go,
affordable, very
it is affordable.
affordable,
It
everything you
is affordable,
mentioned.
right?
It's
Yeah, it is.
good.
If you don't want to go that route, you've always got chicken and rice you can do.
That's right. And before I go on to my next idea tip, I did notice in general a number of things, even in my recent shopping days, are, I like to report this, going down. But Steve does point out a good thing. We're close to a major league holiday coming up. Um, Maybe because in a few months things are going to be a little different. I don't know. It could be like a temporary thing. Whatever it is, there is a time to save and there is a time to shop to save. So spend to save, but you can't get excessive. Anything that's excessive for not a good reason is always not a great idea. But Steve, I really, really love what you said there. Bringing that up, that's great.
Oh yeah. And another place that I just thought of that has to do with overspending, and it has, in fact, um, probably probably 3 weeks, maybe a month ago or so. Um, do you necessarily have to go out and spend $30 on a pair of shorts, 25 dollars on a shirt? No, you do not. I actually did pretty good. I went to Walmart and I bought two pairs of shorts. In fact, one of the shorts I'm wearing now is a pair of regular men's shorts, $10. And the other pair of shorts I got, which I love to wear, are cargo shorts. To me, they look just as good as a pair of Wranglers or Dockers, and I got those for 12.
Wow.
In fact, when I get a chance, I'm going to go back and purchase some more. And I was also able to buy polo shirts, which I enjoy wearing. Not this. This is an old one, but and I was buying polo shirts for $10 a piece. So for about 20, $25, if you know what you're doing, you can dress yourself, instead of having to pay that enormous amount of money that you pay at the mall.
Never try as much as possible. Never pay the original retail price. It's amazing. So many choices. You could go to a discount stores or thrift stores. If you're lucky, fish through. You might find something you really like. There's a cute story before I go on about somebody that went thrift store shopping. And this person is a reseller. Okay, reseller,
Yeah.
and it was like a $400 value concert T-shirt. Concert T-shirts. Sometimes you might find them in a thrift store. Some people think, oh, who cares? Throws it out or whatever. Gives it away. Some of them are really quite valuable. Hint, hint, hint for anybody that's trying to make money and reselling. Just saying. So there you
That's
go.
right.
All right, Steve. So the next one, Steve, is plan your money. Many people don't do that. Money does not, nor should it be something that controls us. Many people, Steve, live a lifestyle of the money's controlling them. They're drifting around like a balloon from place to place with nowhere to go, and they just let it control them. It doesn't work that way. Stay on top of your money, track your spending. You can't know what you're doing unless you track your spending. Oh, but it's only $1 here or $5 there. That mentality of, oh, it's only, oh, so what? That kind of thinking is a big mistake at the end
Mhm.
of the month for people who are trying to get their bills paid, have a little fun, as well as be able to save money for the future for whatever they decide. So
Yeah.
you have to plan your money. You don't let it control you. What do you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, no, you definitely gotta stay on top of your finances and your funds because no, it's really not that hard for money to take over. Here's one, and you got to be careful with them. I might as well bring them up because we all have them. One of the places that money can take over, and it's not even physical money, is a credit card. So you got to watch there. You can have, oh, but I've only got $20. Well, 20 can turn into 2,000, 3,000. You get the idea.
Right?
So that is one place where money can overtake you that most people or some people don't think about because a lot of people do live and like to use their credit rather than their physical cash, even though they may pay it. But you got to watch with the credit because credit can overshadow you. So,
You're right, Steve. And there's a psychology behind it. Let's think about it. When people started years ago to first issue credit, I don't remember the exact year, but there's a psychology behind it because people figure, I mean, the financial institutions figure the person utilizing it is not thinking that, well, this is money. This is just a piece of plastic or whatever they used to use in the old days, charge plate
yeah,
or whatever. They're not feeling the pinch. They didn't feel the pinch at the moment of the purchase or the transaction. They feel the pinch when the bill comes in. Oh,
mm,
that,
mm,
especially if they forgot about it. And many people unwittingly, they don't mean to. Everybody, basically, we have busy lives. We don't memorize every little action, and
No.
just without thinking, unwittingly goes to the mailbox or gets a notice on the email or a phone call like what happened and where's the money, like the person goes, huh?
Yeah.
That's not
No,
good.
no, it isn't. No, it isn't. So
So you are correct about that. So plan your money. Don't let your money plan you.
right, right.
All right, next, stop biting off more than we can chew. That's kind of related. Stop biting off. In other words, live within our means.
Means. Yeah.
Steve, I can't tell you the gazillion frugal channels, budget channels, whatever, financial. All of us say the same thing. You've said it on your channel. Even though yours is a random channel, I mean, we all say this on my channel. I say it, uh, live within your means or below your means. It's just kind of like logical. I mean, it's like
It is.
trying to fit a 5 pound bologna in a 1 pound bag. You can't do it. Some things defy math. Here's the easiest equation, Steve, and I look at it like this: if I quote want something versus what I need, the need goes first. But I tried my best to make sure I have every financial thing that I could to just pay it off immediately. Here's my rule of thumb: if the thing that I want or even need is something I can't pay for immediately, guess what? I say, well, sorry about that. Adios till the next time when I could afford you. And I just walk away. You know how many times I had to walk away from things? I didn't want
Totally.
to go over budget. I refuse. Not doing it.
I've done that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, one of the things you can do, when it comes to living within your means, you can do it on a trusty notebook pad, or you can do it online. If you got a way to do it there, um, is you base it on you look at how much money you have, and you already know you've got your rent, your electric bill, utilities, all that's got to be. Now, once that's done and out of the way, this can be somebody that's on a fixed income that gets like a pension for the whole month, or it can be somebody that gets paid on a 2-week basis. It can be either way. What you do once you pay all your bills, then you stop and ask yourself, okay, I got to go buy groceries. Everybody has to eat. So you figure in how much you're going to spend. Everybody shops different. So if you're going to shop by the week, figure that in. Then if you need anything like any clothing or any clothes to wear, figure in, like what I was saying before, you don't have to go out and spend atrocious amounts of money. No, you don't have to have Levi's and all the up and up brands of, you don't have to have that. No. I'm just as happy wearing looking nice with a nice pair of,
that's
of
right.
shorts with a nice shirt. I'm happy. But figure that in, figure about how much you would spend, in a week or a 2-week period on any type of clothing that you may have to go and replenish or whatever. Figure in, what you have, and try to stay within, the amount of money that you have to work within that period. It does work.
That's right.
Yeah. So, one thing that does help somebody to live within their means is make note of it. Don't just go out and, blindfolded or second nature, just go and buy things. Then you're going to wonder, where'd my money go? But if you keep track of it, you know what you're doing.
I love what you're saying here because I'm a faithful believer of shopping or making financial decisions with great intention. I don't just do things fly by night. No, that's me. Everybody else is different. Everybody's situation is different. So for me, fly by night does not work.
No.
I have to plan financial things, not on the fly. I have to do things with great intention. I find it's easier for me to do that. Everyone is different. I love what you said. And, this brings me to one of the other points I was going to mention, Steve, but that'll be in about another point. Steve, what do you think about? I believe we should always keep a little bit of convenient food in the freezer or the refrigerator. That is still way cheaper, way cheaper than going to the restaurant, paying the tip, or jumping in the car, spending
Hmm.
gas, waiting online, spending time. You see where I'm going with this? Like, for example, I never know when my grandkids are going to pop over.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sometimes I know in advance, sometimes I don't know. But I like to keep certain things in the house, like they may like chicken nuggets,
Yeah.
French fries, or those like those little frozen sliders. Even for myself,
Yeah.
that may be a night. Well, I don't really want to cook from scratch. I certainly don't want to go to the restaurant. So this is kind of like a medium, like on a Friday night, I might pop a. I call them Steve a toasted pizza in the oven. Pop a toasted pizza. I feel
Okay.
like I'm
Yeah.
treating myself. I'll put little doodads on it, the mushrooms or the peppers of my own, extra meat I have left over. I love using up stuff in my refrigerator. That
Yeah.
is what I personally call a treat. But you should have a couple of those things on hand. Convenience foods. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Yeah. Chicken nuggets is definitely one that I like. I've been known to do that both lunch and dinner. I do I like fish sticks. I like fish fillets. Yeah, the White Castle little burgers that you're talking about, those are good. I buy those.
And little
There's
yogurts are good too. I like to keep a little healthy balance. Yogurts and fruit. Cut up some frozen fruit for the kids if they.
that
Yeah,
that's a plus. That's a healthy way to go. One thing I like to get at the wholesale club, I haven't bought it in a little while, but I do like them. Egg rolls. They're already made up. All you got to do is pop it in your oven or stick it in the air fryer for 6, 7 minutes. Keep an eye on it. Poof, and it's good. And they're about yay long. I've bought them before. They come in a red box, the one I get.
and it's still less expensive, way less expensive than even fast food restaurants or dining out. It's
It
still
is. And at the wholesale club, if I want, let's say I want Chinese food. No, it's not homemade. It's not from a restaurant, but they do have little things like orange chicken, chow mein. Little throw in the microwave, heat and eat like 4 minutes, and poof, you're eating. Little things like that. Um, People think that comfort foods is a bad thing or convenience. No, some can be. It depends on what it is.
yeah. If it's not your mainstay, like if it's like something that I'm not saying these are the healthiest choices that I'm discussing. Like I didn't say that, but it's good to have some of them on hand for in case of. So not fall into the trap of having to pick up that phone and making that extra money phone call when things are so tight.
Hmm. Yeah, and another one, another one that's good that falls under convenience is no, it's not from a pizzeria. No, it's not Domino's or something like that. But there are some decent frozen pizzas you can get in the store. And
Agreed.
if you look, sometimes in the grocery store, they'll even run a buy one, get one free on it. So you make out a little better.
Right.
Um,
That's my
one,
Friday night, Steve, or Saturday. If I don't do it on Friday, do it Saturday. It's like my pizza and movie night, and it's
yeah,
totally on the cheap. So
yeah, because there's several brands that I've tried. I've done Jack's Pizza that we both know. I've done Tombstone is pretty good.
yeah,
I've done Freshetta. I did a Freshetta one not too long ago. It was pretty good.
yeah, I
It was
like bruschetta.
It was spinach and mushroom with
Yeah,
cheese. It was pretty good. No meat, like a vegetarian type. It was
I
good.
think you tried a California one,
California.
right?
Yeah, that one had salami on it. It was called the margarita
Right,
variety.
right.
It had salami on a pizza is actually pretty good. Don't underestimate it, but
No,
it's
no,
it's
no. I
good.
was shocked to learn, Steve. I almost fell down on my tracks. I had a visitor once that wanted to try some local pizzeria pizza, and he got on the phone and he asked for bacon on top of it. I'm like, do they put bacon on top of pizza?
It's pretty good.
This was many years ago. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's good. It's
And
good.
you could do it on your own pizza. Who's to stop you from throwing bacon
You
bits on
can.
top of your own pizza? Get creative. I like to let the kids get in on this again. Maybe like chopped broccoli, pick out some veggies, make your own personal pizza. You could
Yeah,
do it with Italian bread or French bread.
you can.
Make
Yeah,
your own pizza. Let the kids build up their own pizza,
they can
and they're
create.
happy with their choices. So yeah, there are a
Oh
lot of things
yeah.
you could do. You know.
Oh yeah, the bacon on the pepper on the bacon on the pizza. Yeah,
Your salami one sounds really good,
it's
Steve. I
good.
need to try that in the
Yeah,
future.
you do. Yes, you.
Is it Genoa?
It is Genoa. It is
Oh,
Genoa.
nice,
It is.
nice.
Yeah,
I
but yeah, the bacon is phenomenal on pizza. It gives it a little bit of a smoky flavor, but it.
absolutely. So, my final thing that I would like to add to this, and Steve, let me know what you think about it, is
All right.
continue to keep change jars. I like the clear ones. I'm not a fan of glass jars. I mentioned it many times, but my Happy Belly instant coffee, right, Steve, the cutest
Yeah,
plastic clear jar you could ever get. It's kind of like a rectangular top. It's
kind
really,
of.
yeah,
Yep.
it's really interesting. So every time I finish those, I wash them out and I keep them.
Mm.
So yeah, it adds up. There's something to be said about and naming it and claiming it. Example: one jar you could list for future vacay. Okay, why not? One jar you could list for a movie night. You know, whatever. So yeah, what do you think about that, Steve?
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not a jar, but I do have $5 worth of
Yeah,
quarters in here.
yeah, a place, a thing, an envelope. It all works.
Well, I've got about. I don't have a place for it at the moment, but I might just go ahead and add it to that. And here, I've got about another 253 that I could add. So now I've got about $758 worth of quarters.
That's
Um,
wonderful. You know,
right.
I did that $5 challenge, self challenge. I'm continuing that. So last month, I think I had something like 4 or 5. I added 2 more 5s, so it's have 6 5s. So that's like $30 already.
Hmm.
If you get a 5 like randomly in your change from the grocery store or whatever other reason, whatever other store, keep the 5. Well,
Yeah.
5's my lucky number, so I love that number on the bill.
Well, the $8, it'll. I know that
You
it'll
did
do.
good with that with the quarters.
Well,
Amazing.
I did, and I can do two things with it. I can either go do my laundry if I want to go to a laundromat, or I can go across the street and get a phenomenal, delicious Boar's Head Publix Ultimate Sub, and it's 7.99.
And
So
you get 2 meals out of it now, don't you?
I do. Yes, because I'll eat one for lunch and then I'll set the other one aside, put it in the refrigerator, and then at dinner I'll I'll eat the other half. If I don't do that, I'll eat it for lunch the following day. So I do get 2 meals out of it. Yes.
So, what did you say the original cost is of a sub, for example? How much is typical sub that you get?
Well, when it's not on sale for 7.99, it's about 9 and some change. It's like 9.
But you have it twice. So even though like maybe the original number might question in some people, you have 2 meals out of it. So therefore, you just cut the meal down in half. You
I
just
did.
caught that. So you did great with that. That's wonderful.
Hmm. Yeah, most people don't realize if you can get more than one serving out of something, whatever the amount is, break it down by half. If you get a second go around, break it down again.
And I think, Steve, you mentioned on one of your laundry shows about how to stretch your laundry is use less. Every time you use less or water it down like a good quality detergent, you just cut down the actual original price of what you paid. If you paid $5 for a certain kind of laundry and you
250.
double it in function, then it really only costs you $2.50 each time.
Well, to give you an idea, one of the last loads of laundry that I did, I used about a half a cap of detergent. And most of the time, I either use about three quarters or a full cap because I have a load of laundry. And but keep in mind too, this is where people mess up too. They don't realize everybody's water is not the same. Some
That's true.
people's some people's water might be harder or softer than others. So that can have an effect on how you do your laundry. Most
Amazing.
people most people don't think that. but it is true. And
That is
if you
so
have
wonderful.
and if you have hard water, all you got to do is add about a third of a cup of apple cider vinegar to your wash, and it'll soften your water.
And apple cider vinegar you could get really for pennies on the
You
dollar, in my
can,
opinion.
you can.
So, you know, there's so many ways we can decide. We can choose to keep more money or save more money or reallocate it to other things. We just have to take that minute. We have to be mindful. Thanks, Steve, for having me here. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that you were able to come over and talk about this. This was a good
Don't
subject. I
forget to
really,
smash the like button for Steve's video. That way they put it on an elevator, his
okay.
channel, and it rises to the top.
Yeah,
Steve has to grow his channel.
yeah, that's what I'm after now. I'm after subscribers at the moment.
You
That's
know
where
what I could never understand, Steve? I have to say this for a minute. If a person viewed a video as long as, let's say, as long as this video, which we're at about what, 31 minutes,
31. Hmm.
and they couldn't take 20 nanoseconds, like a third of a second to go, like, why? I asked myself, why?
All it is a tap.
Doesn't cost you anything.
No, it doesn't. I think that's what some people might be a little bit apprehensive about. If
Yeah.
you're, let's say you're just scrolling by, you really don't know what YouTube's all about. Oh, but if I hit the like button, they might charge me. If I subscribe, they may charge me money. No, it's
Zero.
not. It's not. It is not. It does not cost a cent. Mm-mm. Nope, it does not. You just go over and tap to subscribe. All it means is from there on, you will get that person's content in your lineup. You'll have it. You know. and
Exactly.
So, all right. Well, Jan, if this was a fun, I like the tips that we gave or you gave, and the interaction. And I'm glad everybody could stop by. Always, as always, much appreciated. Always be on the lookout. Whether it's us or me by myself, which there's a mixture there.
Keep your notification bell on. Make double sure at all times that if you are a subscriber, that you are continuously a subscriber to any channel, because sometimes we have no control over this at all. Sometimes the algorithm, it just like messes it up and just removes the person from
It
the
will
subscription from the person unwittingly. So always double check.
always do that. Yeah. So anyway, again, hope everybody has a great, whatever time of day it is, and we'll see you, or I'll see you back here next time. Bye.
Bye bye.